Bristol City are set to announce Scott Twine as the first proper, no disrespect to Adam Murphy, signing of the January transfer window, and first proper, quotation marks, signing of Liam Manning's tenure as Bristol City head coach as well. He will join on an initial loan deal from Premier League club Burnley with an option to buy in the summer for a compromise between 2.5 million to 5 million, I'd suggest. Since the January transfer window began, it has been evident for a Bristol City fan that Bristol City are definitely in the market for a creative, attacking, chance-creating number 10, whatever buzzwords you want to use, but ultimately someone to come in and fill that gap. We thought it might be Finn Azaz, but he decided to go off to Middlesbrough, so someone like Scott Twine fills that gap and fits the bill for what Bristol City are looking for under Liam Manning absolutely perfectly. The relationship between Scott Twine and Liam Manning is very well documented, and probably one of the biggest reasons this signing is actually coming off. The 24-year-old spent the 21-22 season at MK Dons with Liam Manning and had a very successful stint there, contributing to 33 goal contributions and finishing third in League One with MK Dons. After that amazing season in the third tier, Twine then made a £4 million switch to Burnley, who were just recently relegated from the Premier League, and didn't really make an impact there, injuries permitting as well, but showed glimpses of quality and glimpses of the Scott Twine we saw at MK Dons. Never really got going though in Vincent Kompany's system. When Burnley were promoted, it was quite evident Scott Twine was not really going to be in their plans and not really quite ready for the Premier League jump yet, so he was loaned out to Hull City, who were promising, and with Liam Messina as manager, it was always quite a good fit, a good system, possession-based football, and a good philosophy under Liam Messina. It all looked like a perfect fit, but ultimately for Twine, it hasn't really worked out for him. 20 starts, mainly off the left, off the front three and the 4-2-3-1, but his main position and his preferred position is probably in the number 10 role, and he hasn't really played that too many times this season. Maybe that's compromised his development a little bit. However, when he did come to Ashton Gate earlier on the season, I was quite impressed, and I did think he was quite a good technical player and levels above a lot of our team, and certainly that will add something to this current Bristol City setup at the moment. As I said earlier, Bristol City have been in the market for that attacking, again, buzzwords, 10 midfielder, and certainly in that position for sure. Bristol City just haven't been able to break down teams who have been coming to Ashton Gate or going away from home and have sat in a low block. I'm thinking of Millwall, potentially Birmingham, Preston the other day as well. So just haven't been able to break down teams who have been very resolute defensively, and Bristol City have had the onus to take control of the game, but just haven't been able to break them down. And Scott Twine is certainly that sort of player who can unpick a few defences. The deal structure for me is perfect from Bristol City perspective. Loan deal up until the end of the season, and then an option to buy. As I said, a compromise between the £2.5 million we were set to pay for Finn Azaz, who eventually went off to Middlesbrough, and the 5 million that was quoted around, again, rumours from a Burnley side of things, which Bristol City were just never going to pay, and nor any other Championship clubs, not in receipt of parachute payments, by the way. And yeah, I think it just makes sense that Bristol City reach a compromise with Burnley, take him on loan for the rest of the season, and then we can see what goes on from there. If he does impress, which I think he probably will, Manning is probably going to sign him, and we're all good. And it's a similar sort of deal with Taylor Garner-Hickman, isn't it? But Taylor Garner-Hickman is set to be announced in the next few days, hopefully. Look, even if it is a compromise, it is still quite a lot of money for, again, a club not in receipt of parachute payments and have been in the Championship for a while. Recently had FFP problems as well, Bristol City. However, I think it is completely worth it if it does come off for the 6-month loan spell where he has that trial period per se, and Liam Manning has a closer inspection of him. Has he changed as a player? Has he changed the personality around the group? You never know. Those little things that ultimately make a player really. Hopefully, things go very well, because I think he is an utterly brilliant player and has the potential to be in the Premier League, where some sort of Ebery Eze player, Michael Olise sort of player, and the fact that Bristol City got that sort of player shows ambition, shows real intent, and maybe this Liam Manning era is going to be a sign of intent. In the first proper signing, sorry, Adam Murphy again, that is Scott Twine, shows the real intent that we are going for under Liam Manning. Well, what are your thoughts on Scott Twine? Bristol City fans, Hull fans, Burnley fans, let me know your thoughts. Burnley fans, I'm quite interested. Why are you looking to sell Scott Twine? Because he might be a quite important asset in the Championship if Burnley are relegated. Hull fans, what are your thoughts on this piece of news? Is he going to be a massive loss? I've heard differing things from Hull fans. Let's just say Bristol City fans, let me know your thoughts. What is he going to add? Or how important is Scott Twine going to be? How important is this trial period for 6 months as well, up until the summer? Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully I've not gone too early with that, because I did with John Eustace. And he's not the manager of Bristol City, is he? Liam Manning is. That's probably why we're signing Scott Twine. Thank you very much for watching. Keep safe, and I'll catch you all later. Cheers.